Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes. I'm one of the designers of Arrakis, Dawn of the Fremen, which is a strategy game where each player is controlling a tribe of Fremen, and the Fremens are fighting against each other to control different territories within the board, build sieges, and ultimately reign over everybody else. It takes place many generations before the events in Dune, probably right around the time of the new HBO show, Dune Prophecy. So in the game, one of the actions you can take in the action phase is to scavenge. And you'll draw a card from the scavenge deck. And one card in particular that I want to focus on today is the Kulon. Kulon is a desert mule-like animal. And it's going to give you a couple of benefits. First of all, you're going to take the Kulon token. Here it is. And you're going to place it in any of your territories. And so as you can see, this Kulon has a 2 strength that it adds to the strength of your territories for attacks and for defense, and a 2 movement. But it's got some other special effects, which we're going to cover here on the card. So let's take a look at it. Place this token in any one of your territories. Kulon is worth 2 strength and can be used alone in a battle. And then here's what's really interesting is that the Kulon enables the forces in that territory, except for worms, to bear on or move into an adjacent territory, even when there is a rock barrier between the 2 territories. And then there's a little note here that the Kulon cannot be carried by a worm or an ornithopter. So if you're making a shipping movement using a worm or an ornithopter, you can't bring the Kulon with it. Same thing for adding strength in an attack from a non-adjacent territory. You're able to bring in other tokens, and one of the tokens in that territory can be the moving one that brings along others. An ornithopter and a sandworm can't bring along the Kulon. It's just not too practical. So, but what does this middle part here? Enables forces in that territory. So in the game, you're going to have the different territories. And if you have territories, let's say you control these 2 territories, they both bear on this territory here. So if you were trying to attack it, or if you were defending an attack, these 2 territories would be able to contribute. But if there's a rock barrier here, then forces in this territory don't bear on this one and vice versa. But the Kulon lets you break that rule. So that means that all of your forces that are in a territory other than a sandworm will bear across that territory, which means that you can take that territory. If you have more strength bearing on it, you don't even have to move anything in. You just take that territory. And you can move, but you have to use the Kulon as the initiating token. Still suits can move across as well. But, you're bringing 2 strength with the Kulon, so you might as well bring that over, and it could bring along a crysknife, and it can bring along a still suit. So all of that strength, and that includes, let's say you do have the ornithopter in that territory, its strength will bear across as long as you're not moving it. You can't bring it with the Kulon, but again, you're just adding a strength. And remember, if you control a territory, you have a Fremen warrior there that's adding 1 strength. That strength bears across that rock barrier as well if you've got the Kulon in that territory. So this Kulon is going to be a very tactical element that you can bring to bear in the game. It's 2 strength, which is a big deal, and it basically activates all of the strength other than the sandworm. Activates all the rest of that strength for bearing on and defending against for that territory. So that's a big deal. There's only 1 Kulon in the game, so if you get it, place it smartly in a territory where you can really benefit from its proximity to other territories, and you've got some rock barriers in between. So that is how the Kulon works. If you have any questions about Kulon or anything with Arrakis, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to answer those. That's it for this video, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.